Hello YouTube friends, welcome to Dream Music School. Today we are going to learn how to repair the blemishes in the paint of a classical guitar. So if you like the idea, subscribe, give us a like, and let's get started. In this case we will be working on a Spanish guitar, Alhambra brand. Specifically, the 2C model. The process begins by mixing the material that we are going to use to repair the affected paint. In this case, it corresponds to a glossy transparent catalyzed lacquer. As a first step, we will put 40 drops of lacquer very accurately in a small container, and later we will add 2 drops of its respective catalyst. It is very important to count the drops well, and to respect the proportion indicated by the paint manufacturer, since if this is not done, the lacquer will not dry correctly, or on the contrary, it will present phenomena in its chemical composition, which they can affect the rest of the paint on the instrument. Once the quantities have been introduced, we are going to stir very well, and later we will proceed to apply the mixture by means of a fine brush, or as in this case, a sharp wood that allows us to comfortably fill the affected part. Once the application is done, we are going to let the guitar dry for a minimum of 3 hours, and later, we will sand it very superficially with number 1200 sandpaper in order to clean any impurity or contaminant, before proceeding. Apply a second coat. Next, we make a new mixture of lacquer and catalyst, and proceed to make a second application, with the aim of filling the imperfection until the new lacquer is in relief, to later be able to polish it and leave it flush. Then we will let it dry again for a minimum of 3 hours. After this drying time, we are going to use a flat chisel of approximately 1 inch, and we are going to proceed to cut the excess lacquer, with the aim of leaving the surface completely flush. Subsequently, we are going to use the chisel vertically, in such a way that it allows us to smooth and polish the surface, wearing down the paint in a very delicate way. Once this operation has been carried out, we are going to proceed to sand the surface again with sandpaper number 1200, to later continue with the next stage of polishing. At this point, the guitar is ready to be given the same factory finish, so that the imperfection blends with the rest of the paint. To do this, we are going to carry out a porcelain process, using automotive waxes, also known as polishes. The process begins by applying a cutting or coarse-grained wax, in this case red, which will serve to roughen the paint and begin to generate the first stage of shine. In this step we are going to give approximately between 3 and 4 layers. Subsequently, we will apply a much finer polishing wax. In this case, white, which will be in charge of giving the final shine. For this step we will give approximately 5 layers. Once this process is done, we will clean the surface very well with a microfiber cloth, and we will carry out a last stage that consists of applying protective car wax, which is responsible for protecting the entire previous process and enhancing the brightness of the entire instrument. The application of this wax is done abundantly, and then it is allowed to dry for 5 minutes. Once this time has elapsed, the excess is removed, again with a microfiber cloth and later with the palm of our hand, until the desired shine is achieved. If necessary, a second coat should be applied. At this point, we can already see that the result was quite satisfactory, and a very good fusion of the imperfection with the original paint on the lid was achieved. If you made it this far, we thank you for watching our video, and we invite you to subscribe and give us a like if you liked it, as this is the best way to support us so that we can continue uploading the best content with the best quality. Until next time.